Fashion Design Portfolio 2025 must-have digital tools and best practice. 2025 is here and you are working on your design portfolio. You probably want to apply to your first job or changing the career or even want to upgrade your skills. The past few years have been overwhelming. So many software options, questions about 3D modeling and now AI. If you learn Cloud 3D, Marvelous Designer, Substance Painter, Blender, or even any AI tool, I've got some tips for you how you can integrate them into your portfolio and making the most out of them. And most importantly, how do you balance a tailored portfolio while staying true to your unique style? I feel with you. I remember the hustle when I wanted to land my first real job. Before that, I was freelancing and running my own brand. Very time consuming, but not very efficient, and at least also not very profitable. Until finally I catched my dream position as fashion designer at one of the worldwide biggest fashion premium brands, Hugo Boss. Later I transitioned into digital fashion and worked for The Fabricant, the first only digital fashion house. As fashion and content director at The Fabricant, I reviewed a ton of portfolios, hiring designer, 3D artists and interns for my team. So I would say I know what worked for me and what not. Step 1, defining your unique style and also your career path. Before jumping into the how, let's talk about the what. What is your unique strengths and where do you want to go? There are many job fields in fashion, and while you're eager to get your foot into the door, it might help to apply in a less saturated area. So if you're looking for a specific brand to apply, it also probably makes sense to apply for kind of a horizontal position, looking for the fabric department or trimmings. And this could be already your first stepping stone to your dream position. And at the same time, if you want to become a creative director, you could also look into concept design, design forecast or art direction to form your career into a specification. I saw a lot of people who were not specific enough and they just randomly apply to every position in a company, and that could make you look unfocused. What I want to say is there are related fields to designers, but probably for art direction you should apply for a different position. So if you defined your position, next is to define the brand you want to apply for. So when you think about brands, what's your dream brand you ever wanted to work for? So in my example, it was Hugo Boss. They stand for heritage, tailoring, success and lifestyle. And your portfolio should match their aesthetic. And the next step, think of their competitors like Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, etc. Would you also consider to apply for a position at their brands? This ensures your work appealing to multiple brands and increasing your chances. And then keep your signature. Are you interested in sustainability, in fashion tech or digital wearables? Your personal interest can help you to stand out and also bring fresh perspectives into the brand. Companies are always seeking for young talents to provide insights in their interests and the younger generation. For example, gaming offers unique opportunities. Design characters, creating digital AR filters, or crafting clothes for platforms like Roblox. This will shape your portfolio content and make it stand out. Now step 2, portfolio must-haves and what you include. A strong portfolio is about the impact and not just showing everything you ever made. I saw often the mistake people included everything into their portfolio. Here is what you really should include. First, a fictional project tailored to the brand. This takes the most work, but if you apply to similar brands as I mentioned, you can reuse your elements. And tailored does not mean branding your looks with their logos. It means capturing their interest, and consider these categories. For sportswear, Nike, Adidas, On, and all jersey sportive workmanship. Couture and luxury, you have Jacquemus, Loewe, Vivienne Westwood. High fashion, tailored construction, details and luxurious materials. Fast fashion, H&M, Zara, Gap. Everyday wear and do a lot of design iterations, less details. So what should your fictional project include? It's really simple and always should follow these points. You're not standing out by skipping or swapping this. The design department wants to see that you have the design basics and can follow your workflow. So we start with the mood board. It should showcase your storytelling, combining a strong image with a red thread, uniqueness and the mood of the collection. Combine probably a trending topic with an archive deep dive. So for example, historical items, researched cut lines in combination with tag materials. Next to it we have the color card. Again, a strong image with a color palette showing main and accent colors, maybe some key graphic elements, textures and materials. Base materials and texture variation, underlining the vision of the product you're designing. And then we have look and feel, which I would call kind of like a target group research. It narrows down the ideal customer and showcase that you understand the brand and requirements for the design. So if you apply for a job at a high street brand, but you want the customer to be luxury, you probably have the wrong understanding of fabric selection, shapes and details. Then coming next are the sketches. I would include probably 3 to 6, and they're showing the key looks of your collection. Can be drawings, collages, or using AI to do the development of the looks. Most important, the looks are eye-catching. And then technical drawings. Use one of your key items. Underlay that you have the foundation to design and describe the work you are doing. And here you could use Illustrator for a classic text sketch, but also using Clo 3D with schematic rendering can offer a technical sketch from several perspectives. And think of a technical sketch is used in the tag sheet to send it to the vendor for production. You can make a description, show details, and the understanding of the garments. If you apply for a product group, you can show some interior sketches and describe the materials you use. Lookbook, campaign images, editorials. If you use Clo, now is the time to render your style. Here you show your capacity of creative direction. Instead of showcasing that you know Clo, the interest is more in creating captivating images. The mood, the emotions of the image should be in focus, and AI can help to enhance the quality of your renderings. I know learning Clo is very hard and you probably want to show off, but if the quality is not right, it's probably not worth it. Keeping the classic structure is showing the company that you can support their team, and they probably don't need a creative director. So you should see your starting position as a learning point how to develop a collection. I saw many portfolios from career changers, but were lacking the willing to learn the basics. Means not supporting the team and blocking themselves from learning and understanding workflows. Okay, once you have a tailored project, you could showcase a certain project which is reflecting your own taste and personality, but avoid anything too niche if it does not align with the company aesthetic. Format and structure. This is the biggest question mark I still receive. Do I really need to use the 20 years old-fashioned formats? And the simple answer is yes. Think of applying on a website. You are one of hundreds, and you will not stand out when you miss to add a cover letter. The first person who is reading your CV is probably the hiring manager, which is coming from HR or business, so they just filter their pile. And to be honest, you can really quick generate a cover letter with using AI. So keep it structured. Education, job experience and software skills. Don't include minor jobs, and also avoid fancy visual sidebars or anything which is confusing in your CV. Just keep it relevant with the relevant skills. And cover letter and CV should be in A4 format in portrait. Next to it is your portfolio, which you should keep in A4 format but landscape. It should be easy to scroll through. Each of the portfolio chapters I mentioned should be included in one site, and keep it as PDF files under 10 MB. You can still include a link to your online portfolio where you can show more of your work, animations, behind the scene content. If you're using Instagram as a portfolio, you should also include the link here. And be cautious if it's a personal account. I would say it's not necessary to include it. It can give some insights to your private life, but probably it can also look unprofessional. So this structure helps your work to land on the desk of the recruiter and not getting lost in endless applications. Common mistakes to avoid. So let's talk about mistakes, because I've seen a lot of them and I've done a lot of them. Too much random work. Really, for your portfolio, pick 2 projects and that's it. As more they're tailored to the brand, as better it is, and the company is hiring you for a specific skill, and probably not that you're a generalist and able to do everything a bit. Outdated work. If it's too old and not reflecting your current skills, leave it out. You don't have to fill up your portfolio with things you have done 10 years ago just to showcase that you have a passion for this field since a long while. Lack of storytelling. A portfolio should have a red thread where the viewer is going through. It showcases your creative process and also kind of your taste and personality. Now coming to the last point, which digital tools are really valid to learn them today? Adobe Suite or Creative Cloud, whatever it's called, you should have at least basic knowledge of Adobe Illustrator. It's still necessary in the fashion industry that you do technical drawings, and in most companies I know this is a requirement, while it can also be in luxury department that you do just hand sketches. But the ability to do technical sketches at least is absolutely necessary. Then I would say AI tools are absolutely necessary nowadays. If you just want to create quick content or like including them in your design process, I think as a young professional, you should have at least a basic knowledge which AI tools exist and how to implement them into your workflow, while you not necessarily need to use them on a daily basis. Clo3D/Marvelous Designer is now frequently requested by design brands, as like young students even learn Clo3D at their school. And mainly it's used for prototyping, and you can easily show your design iterations on a fast pace with like using Clo3D as a tool. Then we have on the other side Blender, Unreal Engine, Cinema 4D. This is really nice to have an advanced like tool you can use to create environments or doing modeling. Mostly it's not necessary, but if you use them to enhance your skills in art direction, it's really nice to have them and like working with them beyond Clo3D. So my final tips to wrap up here. What should you really focus on your design portfolio in 2025? Find first your unique strength and your dream role in fashion design. Structure your portfolio strategically. Avoid adding too much content. Use a classic format and add digital tools. Got questions? Just drop them in the comments. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe as I upload more tutorials on digital fashion, Unreal Engine, Clo3D and AI. See you in the next video.